What's up, YouTube? This is another installment of Bible Study with the Glad Man. Today I want to talk about something that's fundamental, and that is faith. Faith is fundamental. Hebrews 11:1 says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Which means, well, if you look at it in a court context, you got 12 jurors who are supposed to have an open mind about what they're about to be presented. Then you have attorneys who bring in evidence. And this evidence, if they're a good attorney, should step by step paint a picture to the jury to make the jury come to a conclusion about what happened at the crime scene. Same thing with faith. Faith is bringing scriptures that line up with the thing you're believing for. Let's just say you have a mountain of debt and you want to get out of debt, right? So let's just say you have done the stuff that you can do, like stop spending, cut up credit cards, because why would you want a credit card that's right now anyway? You cut up credit cards, you slow down your spending, you fight the temptation to spend. So now you're going to work on the mountain of debt that's there. And so you find scriptures that line up with what you're believing for. See, you're going to paint a picture. And then you speak those things. Now, how would, that's the only reason, that's the only way people know what you believe is after, when they hear you speak it. So, faith is only known once you start speaking. There's a flip side to that too. Fear and worry is only known once you start speaking. So a person would never know if you're in faith or if you're in fear until what they hear what comes out of your mouth. Speaking is so important. Speaking is so important because you form things with the words of your mouth. When God created the earth at the beginning in Genesis, he was saying things. Let there be light. Let there be vegetation. Let there be this. Let there be that. And then it was so. God said it. Now, here's God. How come God has to say that first? Why would God have to say that? He could have just did it. But he said it first, and then it happened. He gave us the same ability, believe it or not. Because a lot of people say, hey, you know what? Every time this year, I just come down with a cold. Every time that year, every time that same time of year, you'll come down with a cold because you spoke it into existence. I want to go into Mark chapter 5. Well, Mark chapter 4. Now, Jesus is just gave the parable of, the sower sows the word, which is a very important parable. But something important happened after he was done speaking. Verse 35. And the same day, when even was come, even means it's getting dark, it's the evening. He says unto them, let us pass over unto the other side. Now, they're on some land and they want to go by sea to the other side of the sea. Okay. And when he had sent away the multitude, there were some people that were getting taught. He took him even as he was in the ship, and there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, right? And the waves beat into the ship. Now the waves are water, meaning the water was getting in the ship. So that it was now full. Now, okay, the ship was full of water. Okay, ship full of water. Alright? And he was in the hinder part of the ship. He was in the back, asleep on a pillow, floating in water. Jesus sleep. Like I said, when I read the scriptures, I'm right there. I mean, it's like water everywhere. And he sleep. And they awake him and say unto him, faith is speaking. The other side of faith is fear. And it's also speaking. Check what the disciples said to Jesus. Master, carest thou not that we perish? Dude, what you doing? Wake up. You don't care that we about to be up out of this mug? We finna check out. Get up. And he arose, verse 39, and rebuked the wind, and said unto the sea, peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Jesus said unto his disciples, notice what Jesus said. Now, notice what he didn't say. Jesus did not say, hey, y'all all right? Everybody cool? Y'all all right? You cool? Hey, Thomas, you cool? Y'all all right? Hey, y'all cool? Y'all hungry? Y'all want something? Check out what Jesus did say. Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? Now, how did Jesus know that they didn't have any faith? They start speaking. No faith. Before they got into the ship, they've seen Jesus cast out demons. They've seen Jesus do a whole bunch of stuff that's supernatural, that's past natural. So they knew that he was some kind of different person. And he said he was the Son of God. And they were like, we believe you because we've been seeing this stuff that you've been doing. Then they get into a ship. And all of a sudden that goes out the window. Get up, because we finna die. And so Jesus like, dude, y'all been hanging with me all this time. Why are you scared? Why is it that you have no faith? Now, Jesus said they had no faith because they prophesied over themselves. They said, we are about to die. And the question they asked was, do you care? So in their eyes, they had themselves already dead. Now, I mentioned that story to show you that speaking is an indication of either faith or fear. Now, let's go to chapter 5. Chapter 5, they get over there, and then they cast out a demon of this guy, and the guy wants to hang out with Jesus. Jesus said, no, go to your country, tell them that God had compassion on you. And then they start entering into a new adventure. Now, this new adventure is more about faith talking. All right, check this out. Verse 21 of chapter 5. And when Jesus had passed over again by ship unto the other side, much people gathered unto him. Now, they just had a shipwreck on this side. Not a shipwreck, but a big storm on this side. Now they're coming back on this side. Now Jesus had passed over again by ship unto the other side. Much people gathered unto him, and he was nigh unto the sea. He was near, coming close to the shore. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue. This was one of the elders of the church. People, active in the church, right? His name was Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet. Right? So he believed Jesus was who he was. And besought him greatly, saying, my daughter lieth at the point of death. Listen to what this man is saying. My daughter lieth at the point of death. Okay? Now that kind of leaning towards the fear side, right? I pray thee, come lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. Now he's over on the faith side. Now, you know why I know that he's on the faith side? because Jesus went with him. Jesus went with him. Notice the contrast. When the disciples were in the ship and they said, "Do you care we're about to die?" Jesus got on them. He got on them. But this man ended his sentence with some faith.